Hello everyone, I hope all of you are doing well. As you know, today we are going to study page 14. So, grammar part 1, present of be. So today we are going to study about to be verbs. As you know, you have studied about to be verbs in Connect 1 as well. And in key intro, I'm going to explain more about to be verbs. First, the definition of to be verbs. They describe or identify people and things. So if you want to identify or describe people or things, you can use to be verbs. And generally to be verbs are divided into three parts: am, is, and are. That we use am for the subject I, is we use it for the subjects she, he, and it, and are we use it for the subjects you, we, and they. For example, students are creative. So here our to be verb is are, which is used to describe or identify students. For a negative form, you should add the word not after your to be verb. So in this sentence, students are creative, or is our to be verb. So negative form, you should say students are not creative. And for interrogative form, you should bring to be verb at the beginning of your sentence. So our to be verb is or. First we should write or, and after that we can write students and creative. Or students creative, you can say yes they are or no they are not. The next part is how to use doublet words with to be verbs. So generally for making examples to be verbs with doublet words with to be verbs, you can follow this structure: doublet words plus to be verb and complement of your sentence. Doublet words can be different, like what, who, where, when, how old, and more. To be verbs can be am, is, or are, and complement of our sentence. For example, what is your name? What is your ambition? So in this sentence, what is our doublet word, is our to be verb, and your ambition is complement of our sentence. Who is your favorite player? Again, who is our doublet word, is our to be verb, and your favorite player is complement of our sentence. The next example: where is the restaurant? Doublet word is where, to be verb is, and the restaurant is our complement of our sentence. So the next part is contraction. Contraction in Persian means مخفف یا شکل اختصار شده لغات. Generally guys, contractions they are used to make two words into one word. در کل ما contraction یا شکل مخفف کلمات استفاده میکنیم تا دو لغت را به یک لغت یا به یک کلمه تبدیل کنیم. And here we are going to study contractions of to be verbs. So contraction of to be verbs have positive and negative part. Positive part are three: am, she's, and they are. So instead of saying I am, you can say I'm. Instead of saying she is, you can say she is, and instead of saying they are, you can say they are. So look, as we have two words, I am, but we can use contraction to make it one word. Negative parts are isn't and aren't, and aren't is not very common. So instead of saying is not, you can say isn't, and instead of saying are not, you can say aren't. خب در کل to be verb verbs یا افعال to be برای استفاده میشه تا اشخاص یا چیزی را مشخص کنه یا توصیف کنه. سه تا هسته: am و is و are که برای هر سابجکت مشخص استفاده میشه. قسمت doublet word چه؟ از این فرمول استفاده میشه کلمات دبلج جمع فعل تو بی جمع تکمیل کننده جمله و کانترکشن یعنی شکل اختصار شده لغات که اونا دو کلمه رو به یک کلمه تبدیل میکنه. So part A. Complete the paragraph with am, is, or are. So here guys, based on your subject, you should choose one of the to be verbs, am, is, or are. Part B. Complete the sentences, use the correct positive or negative form of be, use contractions. So here guys, you should complete the sentences with the to be verbs am, is, or are. And some sentences you should use the negative form and try to use contractions. Part C. Put the words in correct order to make questions and then answer the questions. So here guys you have the structure. Just you should make examples with doublet words with to be verbs and you should answer the questions. Part 2. Simple present affirmative statements. So this part we are going to study about simple present tense. So you know guys, generally we have 12 tenses in English and you have studied about simple present tense in Connect 2 as well. And here I'm going to explain more about simple present tense and the usages. So in key intro we have 3 usages of simple present tense. The first usage is it shows habits. Habits means عادت. زمان حال ساده یک عادتی رو نشان میده. مثلا یک کسی عادت کرده که هر شب تلویزیون نگاه کنه یا مثلا دیر بخوابه یا هر صبح مثلا صبح وقت بیدار شه. اینا میشه کارهایی که عادت نشان میده. Number 2 shows facts. حقیقتی را نشان میده. مثل که ما میگیم انسان ها در شب میخوابند. خب این یک حقیقتیه که ما میتونیم در انگلیسی بیان کنیم با زمان حال ساده. And shows feelings و احساسی را نشان میده. مثلا ما میگیم او زن احساس خوبی میکنه یا احساس خوشحالی میکنه رو با زمان حال ساده میتونیم نشان بدیم. And generally we have 2 structures for simple present tense. One is for the subject I, for the subjects I, you, we, they. And the second structure is for she, he, and it. So let's study about the first structure. I, you, we, they plus first form of the verb and complement of our sentence, which is the positive verb. For example, they watch TV every night. So here, I, you, we, they. What is our subject, guys? They. First form of the verb is watch and complement of our sentence is TV every night. For a negative form, you should use the helping verb do not after your subject. So first you should write your subject they. After that, do not. First form of the verb watch and complement of our sentence TV. And for interrogative form, you should bring the helping verb do at the beginning of your sentence. Do they watch TV? You can answer yes they do or no they do not. The second structure is she, he, it plus verb is or is and complement of our sentence. For example, she feels happy. She, he, or it. What is our subject? She. Verb is or is. Feels and complement of our sentence happy. For a negative form, you should bring helping verb does not after your subject. She does not feel happy. So this part, guys, the verb feel loses its is, okay? And for interrogative form, you should bring the helping verb does at the beginning of your sentence. Does she feel happy? You can answer yes she does or no she does not. So the second structure, we say that we should add is or is at the end of our verb. So here is a question that how should we add is or is at the end of our verb. So this part I'm going to explain the rules for adding is and es. The first rule, if a verb ends in vowel plus y, add s. So about vowel letters, you know there are 5: I, E, A, E, I, O, and U. So when you have vowel plus y, you should add s. For example, play, look, it ends with y, and before y we have a. So you should add s. Play, plays. Pray, prays. Look, it ends with y, and before y we have a. So it's vowel plus y, we should add s. Pray, prays. The second rule, if a verb ends in consonant plus y, remove y and add ies. So when we have consonant plus y, like the verb study, you should remove or you should delete y, and after that you should add ies. Study, you should change it into studies. Or try, it ends with consonant plus y, you should change it into tries. The third rule, if a verb ends in s, sh, x, o, or z, add s. So when you have these 6 letters at the end of your verb, you should add es at the end of your verb. For example, pass, you should change it into passes. Watch, watches. Freeze, freezes. Wash, washes. And do, does. And the last rule, if a verb does not follow the above rules, add s. So when you have some verbs that does not follow that do not follow the rules, you should add s. For example, we have the verb open, so it does not follow the rules. You should add s. Open, opens. Write, writes. And there is an important note about adding s and es, that the verb have is irregular. You should change have into has. خب در کل زمان، حال، ساده، حقیقت، عادت و احساس نشان میده. 2 فرمول داشتیم و این قسمت 4 قانون است. قانون اضافه کردن اس و ای اس. So part D, complete the sentences, use the correct form of the verbs. So here guys, based on your subject, you should choose based on the subject and based on the sentence, you should choose one of these words. The next page, unit assignment, write sentences to describe yourself. In this assignment, you're going to write about your personality, appearance, and interests. Think about the unit question, what kind of person are you? Use the reading, the unit video and your work in this unit. Look at the self-assessment checklist on page 18. So this part guys, you should write about your personality, appearance, or your interests. And here part A, we have a sample. خب این قسمت دخترها کارخانگی شما همیه که در مورد شخصیت، ظاهر یا در مورد علایق باید بنویسید. مثل قسمت پایین به شما نمونه دارن، مثل ازی شما میتونید در مورد خود بنویسید. So part A, brainstorm. Read the information about Lauren, rewrite a sentence, make it true for you, and change the words or use not. I'm from China, I'm not from England. Lauren Baker. My appearance and background, I'm from England, I'm 20 years old, my hair is blonde, I'm about average height. So you can change this information based on yourself. این قسمت معلومات، مثلا I'm from England، شما میتونید بگین I'm from Afghanistan. این جملات میتونید نظر به خود تبدیل کنید. My personality, I'm very outgoing, I like new people. My interests, I enjoy reading and school. I like clothes and fashion. I'm interested in science and history. I'm good at sports and English. So these parts are online. Part D, edit and rewrite. Complete the self-assessment checklist. Make final changes to your sentences. Be prepared to hand in your work or discuss it in the class. So this part guys, we have the list of all the skills that we have studied in unit 1. So if you learned these skills you can check yes, if no you can check no. خب قسمت دخترها لیست یا ارزیابی بر شما آورده که اسکلایی که یاد گرفتین yes بزنین و اگه یاد نگرفتین no. For example, do you use descriptive adjectives? Does every sentence have a subject and a verb? You can say if you use you can say yes, if no you can say no. Do you use present of be correctly? Do you use contractions correctly? Do you use the simple present correctly in affirmative statements? And do you use vocabulary from the unit? Part E, guys, we have 2 questions. You should ask these questions and you should answer the questions, and do not forget to send me your voices. خب قسمت 2 تا سوال داریم دختران مربوط به یونیت اول هستن. این 2 سوال گوش کنین، پیش خود خوب بخوانین، جواب بدین و صدای خوب بر اسم بفرستین. Number 1. What is something new you learned in this unit? چیزای جدیدی که در یونیت یاد گرفتین چه هسته؟ چه میتونه از اسکل باشه، از لغت باشه، از مثلا ویدیو چه یاد گرفتین، از خود یونیت کوئسشن چه یاد گرفتین، از ریدینگ چه یاد گرفتین، میتونین توضیح بدین. Number 2. Look back at the unit question. What kind of person are you? Is your answer different now than when you started the unit? If yes, how is it different? خب گفته دوباره همین سوال از خود بپرسین. What kind of person are you? آیا جواب شما حال متفاوته از وقتی که ما یونیت شروع کردیم و شما جواب دادین؟ و اگر متفاوت هسته چی رقم متفاوته شما خود شما توضیح بدین. So the next page, track your success. Circle the words and phrases you have learned in this unit. خب لغتهایی که یاد گرفتین در یونیت را حلقه کنین. The next part, check the skills you learned. If you need more work on a skill, refer to the page or pages in parentheses. So here guys, again we have list of all the skills that we studied in unit 1. If you have learned you can check, if no you can refer to these pages. خب این قسمت باز دوباره ما لیست از اسکل ها یا مهارت هایی داریم که در یونیت اول خوندیم. اگر یاد گرفتین چک کنین و اگر نه که میتونین به صفاتی که بر شما داده میتونین دوباره برگردین و یک مروری داشته باشین. Vocabulary, I can use descriptive adjectives. Reading, I can identify topics and main ideas. Writing, I can write simple sentences. And grammar, I can use present of be and simple present affirmative statements. So unit objective, I can find information and ideas to write about my personality, appearance and interests. So it was all about our today's lesson. The next section we will start unit 2. So have a great time. Goodbye everyone.